ASMR experience. Hey everybody, how's it going? It's your boy Marco Jack. It's been a while since I made a video, but today, it's a beautiful day. I'm at this retreat kind of place in Chiang Mai, like 40 minutes out of Chiang Mai. And I also just reached 420 subscribers, so I realized, I thought about why not just do a little celebration and a video. So today we're gonna cover, a couple of topics. One is just, my relationship with 420, with weed, a little bit about the benefits, how do I smoke, why I smoke it, my relationship with it, some things you gotta be cautious, and kind of like my other realization with other psychedelics, and just how my life is going at the moment. I went from Macau to Hong Kong for a month, and then now I'm here in Chiang Mai for the last a month and a half. Just talk a little bit about my personal, spiritual, business, investing, kind of like the things I'm learning a little bit, and yeah, some of the insights. So it's just kind of like a free flow video. Just want to thank everybody, being part of this journey. I made almost, I think, over 100 videos. It hasn't been, let's say, popping. I haven't kind of find the right formula that what is really intriguing for you guys and what is something that I love to create. So I'm just kind of still experimenting with it and things like that. So thank you for being patient with me. But today, I got a little J with me. Who knows what's in it. That's all I'm gonna say. But hold on, let me see how can I do this. So I'll bite the tip off. And for people that don't know why is it called 420, it's because back in the States, I think back in the 1700s, 1970s, I think a group of students usually go out of their school at 420 to smoke low J, and that kind of became the tradition, and that's how it spread. So at 420 people would smoke at 420 p.m. and every April 20th we'll have like a big celebration. I went to one in Vancouver when that year was legalized, and I also was in San Francisco for that, and it was like just beautiful. So thank you so much. I love to say thank you for being here. Thank you. I just really respect just being able to connect with this plant, and just being able to smoke it is such a gift, such a honor. And yeah, I don't take it for granted. Some places it's very accessible, some places it's not. So every time I smoke it, I just really want to express my gratitude that I'm able to just have it, so yeah. Yeah, but let's see. So yeah, that's the origins of it. And when I first started smoking when I was back in high school, and just like watching Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg, those type of videos, just really want to try smoke weed every day. So those kind of like videos got me kind of wanting to try, and so I did. And I remember the first time like smoking it, I was just like in a deep meditation. I just went so deep into different layers, and my thought streams was just like one after the other. It's just so many connected thought streams. I was like tripping so bad, and I was like, what is this this thing is like unlocking some part of my mind that I'm not aware of, and things like that. And then going to so that was like on and off in high school because it wasn't too accessible. But when I was in San Francisco, basically, I said I got back pain. I got like a medical card, and the doctor just gave it to me very easily, and I just went to the medical dispensary and probably bought one of the best weed that you can find in the world, and that really like opened up my mind every time I smoked. It was like downloading certain new information. It was like helping me reflect and gain a lot of insights. And that's one of the reasons why I smoke. Like I know that people can smoke to how do you put it, like get distracted or suppress certain emotions or just numb themselves and things like that. But for me, it's really about like bringing things up. And I think it's really true, you know, everyone when they smoke, they have a different experience, how their body reacts to it. It's kind of like you know, depending person to person, as well as kind of like I feel like it amplifies your intention and how you feel on the baseline. So I think setting an intention and really respecting it, you know, the plant, kind of, that's the approach kind of I take, you know. And, you know, it's like psychedelics, you know, intention and setting, it's a big part of it. So yeah, I usually just smoke, you know, after certain things. I do it as a reward kind of thing, because I can't really function too well after I smoke. That's kind of like the side effects. Like you kind of get dry mouth, you get a little bit sleepy, you know, depending on the type and the quality that you are able to get. I think the best type is just try to get you know, organic. You know, when I smoked organic before in Vancouver, like my throat, it was just way more smooth, and it's just, you know, less jittery for me. And you know, sometimes anxiety, like overthinking, could be also a side effect of weed. So you know, also, so it's important to understand like how you feel about it, and then like when's the best time to do it. Yeah, and I think experienced smokers, you know, weed is just such a double-edged sword, right? I know people that smoke it and then they just don't do anything. You know who you are, man. They just kind of like, you know, wake and bake, and then their whole day is just kind of gone, just like that. And I think, you know, it really can be harmful to, not physically and psychologically, but just kind of like makes you unproductive, right? And you're not really solving problems. You're just kind of like mentally masturbating or numbing yourself and stuff like that. So that's also a trap you got to be like aware of. You know, you got to hit that balance between like it really serving you and right, it's just like pure for recreation and like dopamine hits. So yeah, so that's kind of like when I like, I'm a big promoter of this. Like I really believe it has helped my life a lot. But I also want to just like be honest and say what I see. You gotta be kind of like disciplined and have good, like, just make sure your intentions are good, or you understand what they are when you're doing this. So yeah, so again, let's take a little smoke break. And I feel like, you know, you kind of become a different person. I think this is really the first time that I like smoke and like do a video in front of a camera and just recording it. So like when I do smoke and when I reflect at night, it's just really like I'm just thinking about such macro things. My subconscious mind just expands a lot. I'm like reflecting so much deeper. Like I remember when I was in Edinburgh, right, and I was just having a very depressed time, just really not liking life, really just everything, like just down all the time, right? And then I'm just trying to figure out like what the fuck is wrong, and just like being able to smoke every night, and like after everything's done, you know, I just smoke, reflect, and just think about life, you know, and that one thing really helped me a lot. And I'm saying without I'm not saying like without, sorry, the thing, was a little bit too loud. It's like some kind of like eating show or something. Drinking some coffee latte with coconut milk, and it's pretty good. But see, I drank coffee to like kind of balance out the high, right? But I get really jittery on coffee. But anyways, that's a tangent. Where are we? Oh yeah, we're talking about Edinburgh and how, yeah, sorry, just thinking about it just makes my heart just kind of expand, and yeah, really feeling into that space and just being able to reflect what gave me the acceleration of growth that I wouldn't otherwise be able to likely get. I'm not saying that you can't do it naturally, but it's definitely a tool. It's like you can cut things with your hand, but also with a knife it's just way better. So yeah, I'm glad I have it as a tool in my repertoire, and to this day that's still one of the main reasons why I do it. And I can really find new ideas. Not every idea is good, but like you really be able to access kind of like the fuller brain. It's like your left and brain hemisphere kind of merges together, or you activate both sides more. This is only speaking from anecdotal evidence, right? Obviously there are a lot of studies that you can understand the medicinal benefits of like CBD and THC and all the different other cannabinoids out there. But yeah, so I'll say if you have the chance, definitely, like, I would say give it a try, just like on small amounts, and see how you feel about it under a safe setting. And yeah, you can other than smoking it, you can do it with a bong, and you can also you can also eat it as an edible, also pill forms, also like droplets. Yeah, there's also like keef, which is like compressed hash. It's hash, which is compressed keef. Keef is like the most granular part of the bud when you grind it with a grinder. And there's also, yeah, but not all hash are the same in quality. You're gonna find real nice hash. And you know, Canada is a pretty good place to find a lot of different varieties of weed, which I find. Yeah, so let's see. By the way, I have no idea how this video is going, by the way. But I'm just going with the flow, you know, like that's life a lot of times. Yeah, it's good I wrote a guide so I know which topic I should go next. So I'll talk a little bit about the benefits and how to, you know, I want to talk about this because a lot of people, when I like smoke with, that is their first time and they don't know like what to do and like how to do it. I just really say, you know, you gotta smoke in your lungs and actually feel it. Like, you know how Elon Musk smokes or smoked? Like, he didn't actually put it in, so he didn't really feel the side effect, right? So you gotta like take a small little puff, right? Hold the J, like kind of look into the red part. It gives you like an indication how much you're smoking. And when you suck it in, try to suck it into your lungs and then your belly, right? Because you have an esophagus going down, and you also have just your throat. Yeah, so one gets in air and one gets in like food. So you're gonna try to put in the air one, and then also try to put in the food one as well, you know, kind of just play around with it. But there's like mycelia, I think that's what it's called, in your throat, that's like sensitive to smoke, so it would make you cough. So, but after you kind of do it more often, you kind of get adaptive to it, or kind of like your Cecilia. I don't know what exactly happens, but you won't cough as much. And also depends on what type you're smoking. So again, like if you're smoking the organic ones, like you won't get that harsh cough as, you know, as much. So yeah, that's the how-to. So you gotta and then just try, and then you most likely would get it. So that's kind of like I basically touch on a lot of the points, but one point is also how the history of it is also quite interesting, why it's banned, because I think like it's fully natural, it's really just a plant. Why is it banned? There is medicinal benefits to it. It's not highly addictive, at least physically. Withdrawal symptoms is kind of, I'm not sure of it, and you can't OD on it, that's for sure. No one has ever OD'd on weed, which makes it very safe, and yet it is still illegal in a lot of different places. Some places it's decriminalized, but a majority of the world is still illegalized. Is that a word? Yeah, probably that's a word. So it just begs the question why. And then some of the history talks about how it was used to. I don't want to even get into that, but there's no reason why I believe it should be illegalized in this state of the world right now. And yeah, it says it's a gateway drug, which is not scientifically true or statistically true, based on one video that I watched. So that's just that's how much my studies go, right? Maybe that we want to understand the meta-analysis on that. But if the meta-analysis shows that this does not, basically it's like, hey, if a government says that this is the reason why it is this or that, and there is actually meta-analysis that shows it's not, then why, like, that reason should be challenged again and should be reviewed, right? And then so maybe they would change it, or maybe they would give another reason. So I think it should be kind of like, what is the law based on? That's what, I'm not saying don't have laws, because I think laws are good, it gives order, but it's like it's very kind of like fixed. It's like not malleable enough for like new data to be input and then be able to make decisions, in a fair way, not super like political, where a small amount of people can control and can influence that how decisions are being made and what decisions are even being made. It's like, in the US, just like introducing an infrastructure bill that is like this thick, and like obviously, and then they have to pass it in a very short amount of time, and then they're trying to print like $3.5 trillion. It's like, man, that like, how can you make decisions that way? And then obviously within that big bill, there are like things that are written vaguely or that would benefit a certain type of people. But like, if you think about it, that's how decisions are being made in the highest level. And so what would be the side effects, or the amplification, because how decisions are made on that level? And so that's just what I'm kind of like thinking about, and just feeling, like in terms of the whole system, there are things that constantly have to be renewed, right? Not just within the government, also within your business, within your life. So just to think that like we can't suggest that improvement or have that improvement being in place and having like account and balance and checks to make sure everything is, fair. Yeah, to me, that's very obvious that system has to be there. And yeah, like, I don't know, like just trying to think about ways to create that system, for ourselves, and create alternative systems that make sense for you. If this system is not working, then, create your own system, your own food systems, your own energy systems, your own, I don't know, monetary system, like, how BTC is a new monetary system. And that's like the message from the book, The Power of the Powerless, where it's telling people to create alternative systems that would, compete with the existing system. And that's also one way of like winning without having a war. Like Sun Tzu, right? The art of the war, how to win without even fighting. That's the ultimate way of winning. Yeah, because the goal of fighting is not to just fight, it's just to win. So if you can win without fighting, why fight? That's kind of like the one of the biggest like philosophy in that book. So yeah, just trying to draw a lot of these insights and think about like life on a macro picture. What can we do in this kind of situation, and these like what's happening around the world is, part of like a very big reason why I came here, able to like just look at this, like this beautiful ass scenery, like behind me is rice fields, mountains, fresh air, and like just really calm, like there's no one here, and just be able to think and just like really going after like kind of like what you want of your, like just the deepest level of who you are and what you want, connecting to that heart, to your energy, being honest with yourself and just really like really reflecting, journaling, revisiting like different timelines and like what are some of the things that you want to do, who you want to be, your goals that you have, like how much money you want to make, like what you don't like, what is working, what is not working, what are the adjustments I have to make, all these things, right? Like that takes capacity, that takes yeah, you know. So I think being able to be here, that's one of the benefits that I feel. I'm able to just have more of that me time, right? Like yeah, but on top of that, also things that I need to do, like, you know, my health and just really focusing on it, and such. So to be short, I'm just still trying to find myself. Obviously, you know, there are also things that I have been able to establish, and I have to give myself a little bit more credit for that. And just being happy for myself and just like, yo, yeah, self-love, bro. Like, good job on that. Like, you know, also like saying things like, giving myself like encouragement, and that has been a big lesson for me. Yeah, so connecting with your feelings. Um, so that's a lot. That's a lot was being said there. Those are some high thoughts 105 right there, baby. You know what I'm trying to say? Man, feeling grateful as fuck. Like, man, just feeling grateful that I can do this. Being able to also find a way to kind of supported myself through like investing, right? Like being able to know, like learn a lot about that world, which I haven't like shared so much deeply into in this channel yet. And I'm thinking of merging that, because that's also kind of like one my big like interest, knowledge space that I want to kind of like give it like share and see like what I'm doing there. But understanding that money system is very important, because it's think about like how money is being created. It's being created by people just wants to print it whenever they want to print it, and how much they want to print, and where the money goes. So there's a minority of people that control that flow of money, and obviously the interest groups, their friends, yeah, that small group would get the money first, and that creates something called the Kundalini effect, where the poor gets poor and the richer gets richer, because they're closest to the money source, because the money source itself is corrupt. It's not created fairly and equally. So if you are aware of that problem there, and it goes a lot on how like what's the difference between currency and money. Currency is unlimited, money is limited. That's one of the differences. And what we spend is currency and not money, but you gotta save money. And if you just save cash, it's not money. Money traditionally has like a couple of qualities that you gotta hit. And limited supplies is one of the big ones. And gold became that because it has limited supply. It used to be silver, and now BTC also has limited supply. So once you kind of dabble into this world, and you would know that you need a solution for yourself, for your family, and for the people that you know, because the currency system does not have a long lifespan. Historically speaking, every single currency has failed in the past. So it's very likely that this would fail as well, and it's showing signs of stress at the moment. And so you want to position your wealth into the other side of the spectrum, which is more hard things, right? So land is good because but that's taxable. Gold can be confiscatable. Yeah, and also Bitcoin, where it's digital, it can move around, but all has its own benefits, pros and cons. And you want to create like a good mixture of a portfolio to just make sure that you're growing, you're hedging. Like it's just, you know, what we haven't been taught, and we don't know what that means, and what are this percentage, and how to determine the percentage based on your life scenario, and how do you kind of like move your wealth around, and then like generate kind of like a yield on certain assets, right? Like with cash. You can, earn an interest with stable coins on the crypto world, which pays you 8 to 12%, or sometimes even higher at 20% even. But how do you do that? Like in the traditional bank world, that's not possible. And there's like off on free ramps where you can go like between both worlds. So there's just one financial industry that's happening right now that works, Monday to Friday, and there's this 24/7 kind of finance system that as well, and it's kind of easier to get on board. It's kind of fairer. The game, like, the monetary rules of Bitcoin is way fairer than the current one that we have. And so it's drawing a lot of people there because of those reasons, right? It's obviously a high growth, very volatile. Some people do speculate on it, but some people are very into the fundamentals. So, and it has a good liquidity. So there's a lot of reasons why that world is also interesting. So I'm saying, like, my interest on that world, also on this world, kind of is something that I would want to share more on this channel sometime. So merging that kind of side of me, because it's liberating, and we gotta know how money works, like what's the relationship with money, and I'm not like, and also how to think about money. Like the average millionaire have 7 income streams, so you want to be resilient in the different income streams that you have: passive, active, remote, location based, and stuff like that. I think it's a good way to kind of share that and think about how you're thinking about money, because what are your beliefs around it as well, because that really makes a big difference in terms of like whether you're manifesting that as well. That's what I feel. I'm on the journey to understanding that more and more, playing around with it, like, oh, I feel the money coming, like, just kind of like visualizing that, right? And then like right now, like, I'm also making passive income. So, every single second I'm making money without me even working. Obviously there's some management things that I need to like kind of go into, right? But like, so that gives you a different feel of like how to, I guess, make money and stuff like that. But yeah, there's still a lot there which I have to kind of go on and figure out, and how to really share that kind of journey, what's been working, what's not been working, and things like that. Yeah, wait one sec. So yeah, that's like just kind of like opening up to more of who I am. I feel like I want to be a little bit more kind of like even kind of showing more sides of me, on this channel. So that's kind of like coming out of my shell a little bit even more. So it's been kind of like difficult to know what kind of character I should kind of bring on this channel, what kind of topics. But I think the intention is just really there to like share and to really help, and yeah, just kind of speak the real shit, that we need to speak about, and we want to talk about, learn about, share about. So yeah, that's it. And definitely smoking this JJ is give me that hey, thoughts up here in the clouds. So let's see. All right, man. By the way, if you have a J, man, if you have a J with you right now, maybe this is like one of those episodes where we both need to be on a J to really appreciate it, man. But I want to thank you again, 420 subscribers. I hope every one of y'all is lighting up a J right now, smoking with me, and just like really having a good time, appreciating this plant, appreciating life, appreciating you. We're all in this together. We all came. You're watching this. I'm recording this for some reason. Oh man. Wow, I believe in you. I trust in you. You can do it. Beautiful things are waiting ahead of you. Like, man, share that love, man. Share that passion. Share that hug. Ah, man, life is beautiful. You're beautiful. Unconditional love, baby. That's the state where this is the high vibes where I want to be. And I would, sometimes I'm not here. Sometimes I'm like, fuck you. I get jittery. I get emotional. I get unconscious. But I remember this side. I remember the yin and the yang, and the up and the down, the negative and the positive, and just really embracing the full spectrum of it. Just like knowing there's good times, there's bad times, there's hard times, there's easy times. And yeah, being okay with that. Being grateful for the full spectrum is one of the big lessons that I've learned recently. Actually, recently I've been on a like ayahuasca retreat. Um, and I might do it again. I'm sure I'm going to do it again. And it has really, I'm not like, I don't know whether I'm like ready to talk about it, but like, I'm just here talking about it. And it really changed it really changed my life. Like that's what I want to say, but like it's like sounds so cliche. But yeah, it changes who you are, and when you change who you are, it changes your life. So it made me realize a lot of things that I haven't realized, heal a lot of things that I didn't even know that was there. It wasn't like scary like experience. Obviously I had to give it the respect it has, and I felt like, I set like a good intention going into it. And I just had a lot of many insights, and I think it's a beautiful one. Maybe I'll have another video where I go more in depth about it, but if you guys are interested in like hearing more about that, but yeah, like, so yeah, just learn to kind of appreciate the magic of life a little bit more, knowing that we really kind of are like a soul. I want to embody more of that kind of feeling before sharing, but yeah, it kind of made me feel, whoa, where are we right now? Wow, there's this feeling in life. Whoa, haha. Oh, vomit a lot. Oh shit, what the fuck am I vomiting? And I'm like, haha, it's so fucking funny. I love like, haha. And then like, crying. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. And like, just your whole spectrum of emotion in that couple hours, just crazy. And coming out of there right now, like you just feel your heart more, and you feel like you're more soulful. Yeah, you got to integrate it. I'm not saying that after you've done it, like that's it. No, it's like you get the insights and you're gonna implement it. And like I still haven't implemented all the insights to say that I understood the whole trip, but I can say that I'm implementing some of it already, and it has been showing an effect in my life. And it's a beautiful experience. It's one of the best days of my life. That's the thought that I thought about when I first come out of it. It's like, yo, if I have to go back to Macau now and quarantine for 14 days, just this trip alone, just this thing alone that I did, was worth it, basically. That's what I thought. So, yeah, that's what I thought. So, that's enough info there. And I got like 15-20 minutes before I gotta go to a meeting helping this woman do her kind of like portfolio investment. I'm gonna help her understand what she needs, right? And then seeing if I want to offer that I'm planning to offer that as a service. So she's like my first client that was able to set up a meeting, and today I'm just gonna give her all my information to the best that I can and really help her and see if we're a good fit. So that's kind of like my intention going to that session. So I'm excited, really sharing all of the juice that I have, on that setting. So if you're interested as well and you want to kind of have that experience, you can message me on IG, Marco Preston Chak, or at DVKT, and say hello, or our Facebook as well. Just drop a message anywhere that you can find me, or there's just this YouTube comment, and we'll do something if that's something that you're interested in. I'm also going back to my life coaching, which I'm very excited about. This kind of kind of couple months, I just kind of been finding myself a little bit more and understanding what I really want to offer. And before the coaching sessions, I was able to create a space for people to reflect and kind of know themselves better. But right now, my program, I think I want to create is a little bit more concrete in terms of this is the exact outcome would be kind of helping people find what they want to do, what they're good at, what they're passionate about, who they are, how to set up good habits, what are their goals, what are their visions, some mindset shift stuff. And that would be kind of like the thing I'm packaging together. So if you're interested in that too, let me know. I can give you a free first taster session and we can kick it off, like just kind of me giving you what has worked for me on a professional coaching kind of relationship there. So yeah, these are all the things I'm working on, like I'm working on the NFT stuff, with my friend. I'm managing my investment portfolio, also my coaching. And then other than that, I'm just kind of like having my personal growth time. Working around 5 to 6 hours per day. I know people that works 1 to 2 hours per day and they make more than 12K US dollars per month, which is pretty impressive. And he teaches online. So I'm meeting a lot of these like interesting characters out on this trip, understanding, you have that lifestyle. Like, how did you design that lifestyle? How were you able to do what you do and have a beautiful lifestyle, beautiful house, and understanding the different kind of like income models and business models that people operate on, and kind of networking and seeing if there's collaborative synergies and stuff like that in alignment. So that's also a big reason why I came over here, to meet kind of business folks, network a little bit, and there is a good diverse of people here with kind of like different knowledge background, but like a lot of them are really high quality people. That's all I say. People with ambition, people with thoughts and hobbies and side projects, and a lot of nomads, a lot like there's a good mixture of spiritual people as well as people that are aware of what's going on in the world and having active discussions about it and kind of like sharing their own thoughts about it, so there is there's that as well. So yeah, that's kind of like life right now. It's crazy. The like, to be honest, if you think about where life, the whole world is right now, just the state that we're in. Shout out to Australia, to France, Italy, Canada, Israel, all these different places. Even Macau, like just everywhere, everywhere. But like, Sweden and Norway, we seem to be changing the whole perspective on that at the moment. And yeah, like, but I remain hopeful because this seems to be like what is necessary in order for the new to come. And I've talked to people that like how the whole world's attention is on this at the moment. So I think it's just about like doing what you can do, on a health level, protecting yourself, finding different ways of doing it. Also researching different narratives and what is true, what are the facts, what are the, because a lot of people that has been spitting out facts has not been able to keep spitting their facts on specific platforms, right? And so like that's why that truth is being so hard to be out there. Like, it's not a very unanimous narrative. There's a lot of controversy and different type of sentiment, and not each different type of sentiment that goes against the official sentiment is not valid. There are some very valid sentiments out there that are just being dismissed and ignored, and that's, I think, a very dangerous type of mentality and mindset to be on and to operate, right? gives hints to what this would lead to, based on history. And so I think a lot of people are aware of that. I think a lot of people are frustrated with that. Some people are fearful of that, but some people are hopeful. Some people are active and passionate and solution oriented and analytical about it, or just very proactive about it. And so there's also that side. And I think that proactiveness and that just thinking about what you can do, how can you empower yourself with knowledge, with information, and act on that inspired information and make a difference within your family, just yourself, your community. I think that's what it's a collective effort. It's a multi-pronged problem that needs a multi-pronged, multi-level solution, and it's gonna take everybody, or a lot of people, or 10% of the people, to hit that critical mass of change to create a lasting and meaningful, lasting impact. So I think a lot of people are on that vibration, on that kind of conscious level as well, doing what they can do, informing people as much as they can on what they know. Like waking up people or making people aware or question, just contemplate, having very healthy Socratic discussions, right? And that's a hard thing, because that's like putting our ego down aside and really being open-minded and having those discussions, not getting so emotionally attached to one side or the other, and let just having a Socratic kind of discussion. I think that's very, very healthy. And yeah, do that with your close friends, with your mastermind group, because that's what I really enjoy, talking to people on that level who's doing their own research, putting, like 20 something, like I put in like a lot of research, a lot of hours into that kind of area. So obviously I have my own confirmation biases, but I also know a lot of the different spectrum in that information. So I think like doing these like really cool research rabbit hole deep dives into different like domains, is very interesting and kind of widens kind of like your knowledge base as well. So like having that T, right, like that wide and then but one really deep one is usually good, based on what people say. Or maybe like a M. Think about it, like a wide one but also a deep in a couple places. That's also good. Yeah. So that's kind of me, man. That's kind of me at 23. Really grateful that I can live this lifestyle. Kind of like have like just being free, being able to dictate my own schedule, being able to like make money from different angles and opportunities, different ways, going after what I want and living my dreams. I feel like just being on this trip really like oh wow, I'm actually doing this. Wow, I'm here in Thailand right now. And kind of like not being in my comfort zone for too long and just kind of going for it and kind of following what my heart and my intuition. But I mean, coming out here was not like a big decision because I already wanted to come here. But I think it's just like the following your heart and connecting with yourself, like deep down, with every decision, just being congruent that way. That's like a way of life. That's like, wow, like I feel like that's what it means when the universe would expose the secrets for the people who dare to follow their hearts. I feel like that's what it's talking about, where people just really like, really live that. And oh man, that's like, I've met people that are on that level here, and that's really amazing to see. They're alive. They're not like zombies. They're not soulless. They're like soulful. They're like, they're in their element. They're in their essence. And I think, just want to share that energy and say, yo, you can do it too. You can find that element. You can find that essence in you. You can really, like trust in yourself and trust in the universe for following that, like whatever you like really resonate with, like, that's true to you. And it's scary, like that's scary, but like, that's the way to live, like that's kind of like, oh, man, Man. Man, for real. For real. Just like really appreciating the reality that you're in right now, whatever you have. Appreciate it. Wow. Beautiful. And if you can give, give what you can give, what you're willing to give, what you want to give. Also, learning to give has been a learning process, right? Whether that's giving a little bit of money, giving a little bit of help, give a little of my time, a little emotional support, like that. Also, giving and receiving and being open to receiving as well has been great. Not judging myself so much, relaxing, being in a present moment also has been great. So a lot of these really amazing, great things have been experiencing. Wow, just really take a nice deep breath. Relaxing, really let go. Sorry, I have to spit real quick. Wow, excuse me. Just a little bit of purge that I needed. Oh, I feel a lot better right now. That's good. Like, just let it out. There's still more, obviously. Being able to show myself who more I really am in front of camera is good. It's one of the reasons I think why I'm purging. Just being honest, being able to be honest with myself and be honest with you guys, whoever is you guys, right? Just honest with my work, my documentation work, because this is kind of like me. So yeah, beautiful. I gotta go now. I wish I could record longer and just really share more of what I'm doing, but I really enjoyed this. I know that there would be more opportunities coming soon where I can chat like this, just share. And yeah, so thank you so much for joining me today on this 420 特别节目. So really appreciate it. 420 people on this channel witnessing kind of my growth, sharing what I learned. Just keep in my humbleness. Lots to learn, lots to grow into, do, manifest, read. But yeah, be happy now. Are you happy? How are you doing? Wish you're happy in the present moment. And yeah, much love and deep appreciation. And hopefully at 1,000, we're gonna do something special again. So, peace and love, everybody.